Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Brett, a final year graduate doing pediatrics at Wenzhou Medical University. Today is the 8th of February 2020 and I'll be giving you an update on the novel coronavirus here in China. Coronavirus update, the 8th of February 2020. I'm Dr. Brett Lyndall. I'm a medical doctor from Wenzhou Medical University. I'm based here on the east coast of Zhejiang province, Wenzhou City, with a population of just around 10 million people, and we are fighting the Wuhan novel coronavirus epidemic. You can check some of my work with China Daily, People's Daily, Xinhua News, China Story, and other various media outlets. We will put the links to those in the description box below. If it's your first time to the channel, I'd like to welcome you. And I hope that you enjoy today's session, and we also hope that you'll help us promote the truth and the truth alone. Yeah, so this is just basically a little bit about myself. Yeah, I'm from South Africa and currently working as a graduate student in pediatrics. I've been able to publish a few papers as well. If you want to learn more about me, you are welcome to check out my Instagram at bro.brett, my Facebook, Brett Lyndall Singh, and as well as other outlets. So going straight into today's video, we're going to discuss the statistics as of the 8th of February 2020 with the latest information from both the Chinese and foreign sources, as well as explain briefly about the coronavirus. We'll have a tribute to Dr. Li Wenliang, who was one of the first doctors to identify the outbreak in Wuhan City. We'll also discuss the prevention and control methods and tactics that you can take at home, as well as a conclusion. Yeah, so this is the novel coronavirus update as of the 8th of February. As you can see, the most affected region is China mainland, with more than 30,000 confirmed cases so far, and that's just with the statistics that we've been able to come up with. There may be more, but due to the nationwide lockdown, as you know, hundreds of millions of Chinese people have participated in a nationwide lockdown whereby everyone is not allowed to leave their complex, leave their residential area, unless it is necessary. And if you do want to travel, you need to sign certain forms to go through with it, and yeah, it's not very easy to travel at the moment, and that is being quite effective in stopping the spread, especially with large gatherings and crowds. Right now, mainland China, as you can see, have 31,268 confirmed cases, over 638 deaths, and 1,751 recovered. So this number is quite important, the recovered number. Basically, when we treat these patients in the hospital, they do not present with the symptoms that they came in with. So we have treated them, we have kept them for around 2 weeks, and we've kept them in isolation ward, and following a national protocol for treating the disease, which you can also find on the World Health Organization website. We're able to treat them and they are recovered and back home. Out of the deaths, many of them have been quite old and already ill people with current existing medical conditions, which has exacerbated by the infection of the coronavirus. So we know that those numbers are obviously not good. But if you look at the statistics around the world, more than 151,800 people die every day, and so coronavirus is now adding to it. But I pray and I also hope that everyone also understands not to spread fear about this, but just to be very calm about the situation and understand where we're at. Yeah, so these are the global infection rate and confirmed cases so far. Of course, the infection rate has seen an acceleration and a deceleration, especially since the clampdown of the nationwide quarantine and nationwide lockdown, especially here in China. The coronavirus update, as you can see, this is the Chinese website that we've been using. If any of you use WeChat, you can go to your top stories and you'll be able to see this figure that is updated every hour and shows that there are more than 31,000 people who have already been affected and diagnosed with the coronavirus, with close to 1,700 people healed and more than 630 have passed away. So as you can see, most of them are coming out of the Hubei province in central China, where Wuhan City is situated, as well as Guangdong and Zhejiang province. I'm currently in Zhejiang province, and we are trying to do our best to get as much recovered patients as possible. So this is coming out of Wenzhou Daily, Wenzhou Overseas Publicity Office. We've reported around 421 confirmed cases of pneumonia, where people have been infected by the Wuhan novel coronavirus. 30 of them have been severe, and now there are 36 infected people who have been cured until now. The provincial government has accumulatively reported a total of 1,006 confirmed cases of pneumonia infected by the Wuhan novel coronavirus, among which 72 cases are severe. There are 98 infected people who have been cured until now. And strict preventive measures have been taken to ensure the safety of the international community in Wenzhou City, especially in the Ouhai and Lucheng districts, which have been the biggest numbers of foreigners. And I also agree with them when they say that they strongly believe that the epidemic will tame down with the effort of each and everyone. So in today's video, I hope that everyone can also contribute to spreading the truth, spreading the message that, yes, this is a contagious, very highly contagious and deadly virus, but if we work together, we can surely have the victory. So yeah, the coronavirus are basically a large family of viruses. I'm sure everyone understands what they are right now. There's been a lot of reporting on this, but basically they range from the common cold to more severe diseases such as the MERS, the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, and the coronavirus, as well as SARS back in 2003. The novel coronavirus is a new strain that has not been previously identified in humans. So basically there's no immunity to it. We haven't seen something like this before, and that's why it's called novel. Obviously, coronaviruses are single-stranded RNA viruses that infect mammals and birds, and they cause respiratory infections. The virus has spikes of glycoproteins projecting from the viral envelope, and they look like crowns. That's why they've been given this name of coronaviruses. As you can see, they can survive on environmental surfaces for up to 3 hours, and some sources say even more. So right now, the route of infection is touching certain areas like tables or chairs or public areas, elevators and these things, where droplets from infected patients have been in contact with those areas. So right now, there's no reason to believe that the coronavirus is an airborne disease like smallpox or one of these ones, but chickenpox or one of these ones, but yeah, that's basically it. It can only be in contact with an infected patient for a couple of meters away, and you getting one of those droplets on a mucous membrane for you to actually become infected. Yeah, so John G. Lake says that mankind has a right to health, and we'll be speaking more about this in the upcoming videos. So the director of the Wuhan Health Committee says that this actual new coronavirus has posed a serious threat to people's health. However, the prevention and control of such a sudden outbreak requires more scientific knowledge. So the actual, the etiology of the disease, we still do not know where it actually came from. There's a lot of speculation about that, and we'll definitely talk about that in the future videos. But yeah, the things that you need to know about is your symptoms. You're looking at a high temperature, runny nose, cough, sore throat. These are usual respiratory symptoms, and these infections can cause pneumonia and also severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. Now, the World Health Organization and the CDC from the USA debate about the actual time from exposure to the onset of symptoms. We've seen patients on average take about 5 to 7 days to be exhibiting symptoms over here in Wenzhou. So that's what I have to add on this part. So yeah, we just want to also remember a hero, a fellow doctor of ours, Dr. Lyndall. He was an ophthalmologist in Wuhan, and he was one of the ones who sounded the alarm for a strange new virus that exhibited similar symptoms to the SARS virus. And he was summoned for questioning, and a famous article about him and the police station has been circulating the news, where he was encouraged to not speak about this and not spread false information, and he complied to all of that. He just passed away, and yeah, we just want to thank Dr. Lee for all of his efforts. He planned to get back onto the front line to help fight the coronavirus, but he himself was infected by helping many of the patients who have been infected, and yeah, we just want to have a moment of silence for Dr. Lee. So yeah, this is from my friends at the Department of Health from the Republic of South Africa. And so basically reducing the general risk of transmission of the novel coronavirus. First and foremost, just make sure that you have less physical contact with yourself firstly. That's don't touch your face. Be very conscious about always touching your face, rubbing your eyes, and wash your hands very often, especially when you are touching a lot of surfaces with soap and water. And if you have an antibacterial disinfectant liquid or these types of hand disinfectant, please use them. If you are having any of these symptoms, please seek medical attention. But also, especially over here in our hospitals, we implementing a triage system. And I'm personally working with the low triage system patients that are exhibiting, anything but the, respiratory symptoms, because our patients are going to an infected, an isolated place, should I say, an isolated ward to be treated for coronavirus. So we have to be very, very sure before you think that you know that you have coronavirus. So a lot of it is also psychological, especially here in China. There's a lot of people who are very scared because of the lockdown, because they cannot go anywhere. Some people are getting sick and they can't go anywhere. So we also provide a lot of online medical consultation. And you guys can also drop in the comments below if you're from China or if you're at home, what's the kind of situation and the information that's being spreading about the coronavirus. That would be great. So avoid unprotected contact with any animals, and when you're sneezing or coughing, please use a tissue or your sleeve, and make sure that you do that. So Wuhan, 加油. 加油 basically means to come on, or it actually means adding oil, directly translated. But wash your hands properly, use your mask properly, avoid large crowds, and never touch your face with unclean hands. So these are just some tips from the World Health Organization to wash your hands and protect others from getting sick, like what we talked about before, about covering your mouth and your nose with your elbow or a tissue. Don't spit in public. It's quite common over here for people to be spitting around, but just don't spit. And that's it for today's video. We'll be having an update again in the next one. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like and share, subscribe, and if you have any questions or you have any suggestions, please put them down below. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in the next one.